Hey y'all. Today's episode is brought to you in part by storage. Not storage as in I'm moving and I need to put stuff in a storage unit. I'm talking about storage in the sense of, you know, that thing that's allegedly on your phone or electronic device where you can have things on that electronic device and then you go to take a picture or a video and it's gives you the little signal boo, you can't add anything else to me. We full. Yeah, we're gonna hope that we can get through this whole episode without my phone completely shutting down. Have I cleaned it out? I have. Is it still saying that I don't have any storage? It is. Anyway, fingers crossed. Let's get into it. Episode 18. What's good, peacemakers? Welcome back to another episode of the Piece4PeaceCrafting Podcast. I'm Michael, and this is my little corner of the YouTube universe where I talk about all the fun, fibery things that I have been getting into. If you would like to find me other places other than on YouTube, you can hit me up on Instagram at Piece4PeaceCrafting. I'm over on Ravelry as Piece4PeaceCraft. And if you're a music lover and you would like to jam out with the community, we have a collaborative playlist over on Spotify at Piece4PeaceCrafting Podcast Playlist. I know I always say it's a mouthful, but it is. But you should totally go over and check it out if you have Spotify. Come hang out with us or jam out with us. Whatever, you guys know what I mean. Hello. Welcome back. Already off to a good start. Also, let me say hello to, I noticed since the last episode, there were a bunch of new subscribers. So thank you all so much for hitting that subscribe button and wanting to see the madness that is this channel and for future episodes. It means a lot. So thank you for wanting to be a part of this little community that we have started over here. So welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are new, this is your first time checking it out, I hope you enjoy. And yeah, if you too feel moved, inspired to want to subscribe, please feel free to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. All right, I think that's all of that. Let's talk about some things. So it's been 2 weeks since the last time I came to you all with a video, and it has been a wild 2 weeks. I feel like there's been a lot going on and there's been nothing going on at the same time. So for me, for work, we're ending our sort of school year. So it's kind of winding down, but I feel like there's all these other things that are coming up that I'm just what is happening? This is supposed to be the end of the school year. So that's been fun. I recently had a good friend of mine move back to the city, and so they came to stay with me and my housemates for a couple of days, and it was so lovely seeing them because I hadn't seen them in a while. We got to sit and craft together and hang out. I think we went to the beach, watched a lot of trash TV. Yeah, it was good times. I wouldn't have it any other way. Speaking of which, sorry, I feel like today is going to be all over the place. Also, you all, it is 4,000 degrees here. I have a little fan with me. I don't remember what it says. My friend brought it back for me from a trip they were on. If the wind is getting to you and the mic, I apologize. But it is so hot. I'm not complaining. I love it. But you will see me sweating probably. So we started watching this show, Legendary, on HBO Max. And we knew someone that was in the cast in one of the houses. I think that's a better way to put it. Anyway, if you don't know, Legendary is a show on HBO or HBO Max where different ballroom houses compete against each other to be like the legendary house or whatever. I'd never seen the show. Like, I'd seen ads for the show, but I'd never seen the show. But since we knew someone on it this season, we were like, oh, we totally got to check it out. So we binged all the episodes that were currently available. I think there's a few more that will come out later. But that's really good. So if you need something that's fun and entertaining, a lot of like voguing and dancing, go and check it out. Don't get chopped. It's pretty great. So that's been fun. I can't remember. We watched some movie, but now I can't remember what it was because I didn't really care for it. But I sat through the whole thing. If it comes to me later, I'll let you all know. Other than that, I've been crafting a bunch. Not a bunch, crafting some. The last episode was very FO heavy. So I had a lot of finished objects in the last episode. And this episode, or this time around, it was literally just like cast on all the things. So, that's enough about me rambling. I feel like I'm rambling a lot already. Oh my gosh, and there's a new to me. Okay, sorry. Slow down, rewind. What am I doing? There is a new to me podcast that I wanted to shout out and tell all of you all about because I think you should go over and show her some love. The podcast is Tink and Bobble, and it's with Sierra. She's in Indiana. She's a newer knitter. I think she started knitting in October of 2020. And it's just like her journey into like learning to knit. And already she's doing like bomb things. Socks, sweaters, something else. And I was like, excuse me, you just learned? Like, bravo to you. Anyway, go and check her out. I will link her channel below as well. Yeah, go over, show her some love. She's really great. Okay, so now that I feel like, sorry, I'm laughing at myself. Now that I feel like I'm back on track, let's get into what's been being made. All right, last time I started with the knitting. So this time I shall start with a little bit of spinning first. It's not too much, but I do want to show you all. So last time I had started, I think I showed, I'm pretty sure I did. I showed some fiber that I started spinning from Alexandra, The Art of Yarn. Here's her little, hopefully it's not too blown out, her little tag. And this was a 60-20-20, so it's 60 merino, 60 yak, 60 silk. And I was really loving it. I thought the colors were really beautiful. Yeah, I had so much fun just like spinning it up the last time I showed. So I finished that braid, and here, hey, is the finished product. So I believe I said in the last episode that I was thinking about maybe using this for like the flower part of a Once in Floral sweater by Mack Sincere, and I think that might be able to happen, but I think I may have to hold this double. So I was trying to get a fingering weight out of this, and it ended up, I think in my like, what's the word I want to use? Just in like trying to get it as thin as possible, I went a little overboard. Whoopsies. So this this ended up being, it's about 115 grams when I weighed it. And this ended up being about 620 yards. What? Like, who am I? So it's like, it's definitely giving me like a lace feel. But I think if I held it double, I could definitely get like a heavier fingering weight out of it. I love the colors. Sorry, there's a little bit of a shadow in this room today. I love the colors. I love the way it spun up. It's really pretty. So I think that would be really dope. If not, it'll definitely be something else. I thought about even getting like a mohair that was similar to this and holding that with it, but who knows? People have been asking me like, oh my gosh, what are you gonna do with your hand spun? What are you gonna do with it? And I'm just like, I literally have no idea. I'm enjoying making it. I'm not at the point yet where I'm like, oh, I have something in mind for it, you know what I mean? I'm trying to retwist this and it's not working. So it's gonna sit in a pile until this is over. So that was the first thing. Really beautiful. I have another braid from her. Actually, I have something else that I want to show you all. I have another braid from her that I want to spin up soon, but I have something else that I'm thinking about doing and would love you all's help, but I'll talk about that in a second. The second thing I did was, when my friends gifted me my spinning wheel, it came with 3 bobbins, and which is great, like whatever. But I really wanted to try like a proper 3-ply, and so I ordered a couple more bobbins, and while I was on the website at the Woolery, I was like, well, since I'm here, they're gonna be sending me something, I may as well get some fiber too, obviously. So one of the things I ordered was this, is it merino? It's merino. It's merino. My brain today. It's a natural striped merino. So it was like this gray and this white, just like natural colors of the sheep. And I spun those up. And you all, I'm very, very excited about this. So here are the 2. So, okay, wait, pause. When I ordered, I thought, because normally I see things in like, oh, this is 4 ounces, 4.5 ounces. And I guess I just forgot, but this said that it was 250 grams. When I weighed it out, it was like 240. I am not even mad at it. So I got 2 skeins out of this. So this ended up being together about 738 yards, give or take. And it's definitely giving me, wait, which one do I want to undo? It's definitely giving me like sport, slight, some areas might be fingering. Yeah, but I'm loving it. So what ended up happening is, I hope you can see it on here too, is when I split up the braid, I split it in half, and I was like, I'm gonna spin one on its own, and then the other one I'll do little, actually maybe I ended up like pre-draft stripping all of it. Anyway, when I did one half of it, excuse me, I didn't realize that like, as I was splitting it, there was like a bigger chunk that was mostly white, a bigger chunk that was mostly gray, and then 2 that like had a little bit of both in them. And so what ended up happening is you get this cool, and then the other half I just like spun whatever, so it was mostly like this grayish color. So what ended up happening is you get like definite lighter to darker in both of them. And yeah, see, like this side's darker, this side's lighter. What? Who am I? I love it. Yeah, that was a fun little like accident. I didn't, which is so ridiculous. I didn't realize that that is what had happened until I was like on the second strip that I'd made. I was like, oh, this seems really white. And then I looked at everything and I was like, oh, you kind of did like a janky job of splitting it, but that janky job ended up being something really awesome. So I have no idea what this is going to become either, but I do love it. It's really dope that I got 2 skeins out of it. So that means that I can use them for a bigger project if I want, or chop it up and do a couple smaller things with it. But I feel like because of the way that it's spun up, I really want to keep them together because they're so pretty together. You know what I mean? So that was this, my second little FOE finished spin. I'm really enjoying the spinning. Like, I feel like I really do need to clean out one of these cubbies behind me and just like have a designated hand spun area, because now it's starting to accumulate, which is great. And I guess that's the purpose. So the next, where is it? Sorry, there's gonna be a slight crinkling and I might even go out of the frame for a second. All right, so I have this, here it is. I have this fiber that I got from, that's also Alexandria, the Art of Yarn. And they're two little, gray friends. And it's 50-50 merino and Surrey, right? So this is about 2 ounces. And I also have, okay, so these two, keep that in your mind's eye. Then my friend Carrie over at the Creative Obsession, love, she sent me, she was like, I have some fiber. I'm probably not going to get around to using it. I'm going to send it to you. Thank you so much. We love. Sent me this braid. It is from Into the World. And what I'm thinking is, you all help me out here, is I want to split this in half. And then, so split this one in half. Spin them from opposite ends, and then spin this and combine them together to make a 3-ply. Your thoughts, discuss. Let me know in the comments or DM me on Insta. So I think this may be my next project. I think that might be really fun. I know it's like mixing a lot of fiber contents. I can't remember. Let me see what's on this bag. What this one is. Oh, this one is 100% Falkland, and then this is the Surrey Merino half and half. So mixing all those together, is that too much? I guess not. The other thing was like yak silk and merino. So we'll see. I'm gonna let this marinate a little bit more, but I think this might be the next thing that I start spinning up. So hopefully in the next episode, yeah, we'll see how that turned out. Where am I putting this? Just gonna drop it on the floor next to me. All right, so that's all for the spinning. Let's get into some knitting, shall we? So like I said, the last episode was very FO heavy. And this is gonna be just like all the things that I cast on since the last episode. Which like, low-key isn't a lot, but it's not a lot. All right, so the first thing I have is, hello. Remember, of course, I didn't print out the page with the photo. Hot mess. So I was making, if you saw the last episode, you saw the little cardigan that I made for my friend who just had a little peanut. And I said in that episode that I wanted to, let me just do this. That I wanted to take the leftovers from my kinship shawl and make a little sweater for the little nugget as well, like a little pullover. Y'all, this is such a disaster. I'm like nervous to even show. What are all these? Okay, so I'm doing the sleeves 2 at a time, which I'm kind of thinking I should not be doing because it's quite tiny. Anyway, so it's folded up. I'm gonna show you the other side. So what I decided to do was do the Flax Light. This is the 6 month to 1 year old. The sleeves are in the back, which they're like, I had literally just picked them up. The great thing about doing such a small size is that there is no front and back. Genius, amazing, we love it. So here's what I'm doing. So there's, I don't remember the colors. The silver, is it maize heather? And then this teal something. The pattern doesn't call for having a stripe, but because I wanted to use the leftovers, I just decided to add it. So I did a couple rows after the split for the sleeves, added a little color pop, and then did the bottom of the sweater in, I wish I could hold it out all the way, but I'm nervous I'm gonna lose stitches. and then added a little, the teal on the bottom. So what I'm gonna do for the sleeves is the same thing but in reverse, which I think will end up being cute, or at least in my head it is the stripe on the sleeve will be the teal, and then the rest of the sleeve will be the yellow. So this is the Flax Light. It's a Tin Can Knits pattern. I'm gonna say that this is my first fingering weight sweater, even though it's for a little one, but it's my first time doing a fingering weight sweater, and I'm loving it. It's really cute. It makes me excited, much like the Gramps cardigan that I made. It makes me really excited to want to make one of these for myself. Not like in the same, like with the stripes or whatever, but just like, I know so many people have knit the flax sweater. This Flax Light is really awesome because it's fingering weight, and so I'm just like, at some point, I'm gonna cast one of these on for myself. So that's my first little one that I cast on since the last time I saw you. This for sure will be done. I mean, the sleeves on a child's thing are like this big, so this should be done soon. It's living in my bearded pearl bag. We love. So that's thing one. Thing two is, oh no. I decided that I needed a pair of socks to work on. Just because you need those mindless knits. And I know like socks aren't for everyone, so like whatever your mindless thing is, like you get it. I'm gonna cast this on just because I need one. Oh my god, you guys, I'm sweating so much. I'm gonna cast this on because I just need something small and mindless to be working on. So, went in, got in here, and pulled out. I bought this a while back. But it's the Felici fingering weight in Rustic Cabin, and so it's from KnitPicks, and they come in 50-gram balls. It's 280 yards for 50 grams, and it's 75/25 superwash merino nylon. And I was just like, when I initially bought it, I was like, oh, these colors look like they are gonna be amazing. So I started these. The colors, I don't know where to place these. The colors are better than I could have imagined. So here's how it's knitting up. As always, not always, but I'm doing these on my ChowGoose US 1s. I do 72 stitches. This time I did 15 for the cuff, and then who was that? Someone that was watching was doing a 3x1 rib, and I was like, oh, that sounds like fun. I love a vanilla sock, but sometimes just like a pinch of a pattern is fun. Yeah, sometimes, look, there are a lot of sock patterns out there that are gorgeous, beautiful, stunning. I'm living, but like I personally would never wear them, and like just seeing them, I'm like, oh, that looks like it's a lot. To knit up that are just gonna be like on my feet and no one's gonna see them. But maybe that could change. So anyway, I'm doing a 3x1 rib, loving it. I feel like they're gonna fit really nice. I'm gonna do a little bit more of the cuff before I start the heel flap. And I think I wanna try, I was watching someone and they did, what is it called? An Eye of Partridge heel. And it looked really pretty. And I've never done one. I usually just do like a slip stitch heel flap. So I want to try that with these. Anyway, I'm really feeling these colors. I'm like, I want everything in this. Oh, like a sweater in this would be amazing. So these are really fun. Loving those. I can't wait for them to be done. Like I want them to be done already, but I can't knit that fast. Excuse me. And I have like 3 things I'm working on at the same time. These aren't living in anything right now. Just like on my coffee table. It's just like, I'm gonna pick this up, I'm gonna pick this up. So these are the socks that I'm knitting. Hopefully those will be done quite soon because I'm really enjoying knitting on these. They're perfect for like sitting in a meeting, knit nights. When my friend was here, like I would just pull those out so then we could chit chat or like watch TV. Very mindless. All right, last thing that I am working on is the guys over at Fiber Hustle are doing both a knit along and a quilt along, and I think I talked about it in the last episode. I was thinking about casting on for this, and I sort of like, so okay, rewind. The knit along started on what month are we in? June. On June 1st, and of course, in true Michael fashion, I was like, oh yeah, I want to participate. Like, it's not like you have to start on June 1st, but I was like, I want to start on June 1st. And then it was the 3rd, and I was like, oh, whoopsies, ha ha. So Thursday night, I decided I was going to cast on. So they are doing a knit along for the Veritice Unite, which is a Stephen West pattern. I've been wanting this for a while. It's very much in the zeitgeist right now. Like, Aquila from a Lefty Knitter podcast is doing it, and Lisa... I know I don't know her podcast name, but I watch it. I know she's 72 Stitches on Instagram. She just completed one that looked really boss. So there's a lot of people who have done it. Also, Ray and Kevin are doing the Let's Hear It for the Boys knit along, which is highlighting those who identify as male crafters. So whether it be yarn, bag makers, patterns, knitting it for someone who identifies as male. Things. So I was like, okay, what are you waiting for? It's Thursday night, sort of the afternoon during lunch. I just went through my stash and was like, let me try to find some colors that might work for it. Let me show you the pattern first. So luckily, not luckily, this pattern is in the West Knits Best Knits #1, the shawls. And I love this book. The set of the 3 of them that are out already were gifted to me last year at some point. So here's Steven's, like, loud, bright, living for these colors version, or just one of them. And then wait, there's a smaller one that's in here. That's like more neutrals, right? So like really dope pattern. Depending on what colors you pick, like it will look amazing. Honestly, I haven't seen one that I've been like, oh, that's kind of trash. You know what I mean? Like no matter what colors you pick, it's gonna be beautiful. So this is the Vertices Unite. It's being knit on US 4s. Let me show you my colors. My colors are a little bit all over the place. So my A and B are, this is Chameleon hand dyed, and this is her Siren Song. And this is Pitchfork Fiber Co, maybe, in Duck Boots. So this is my A and B. They're starting off together. Love. It's like giving me tealy. It's giving me like orangey browns. Love it. The next 3, which I'm only working with those 2 right now, so like whatever. The next 3 are, what order? That's A and B. This is my C color, is also Pitchfork Fiber. I don't know where that string's coming from. And this is in April Showers. And then it will go into, this was I don't actually know the name of it, but it's a Hue Loco color. It was one of her, one of those chicken club things I got at like a fiber festival in 2019. Remember those? So I don't remember the color name for it. I don't want to pull out the tag to tell you because I just don't want strings everywhere. And then my last color is gonna be this Picante color from Murky Depths. So I have Chameleon hand dyed, Pitchfork Fiber Co, Hue Loco, and Murky Depths. Wait, let me see if I can actually do some sort of, could do this. So this is my color palette. What? It was really cool that I had all this just like, I mean, that's what the stash is for, right? Well, hopefully. You're just like, no, I'm just collecting it. It's fine. So it was really nice to go in and shop my stash. So I started, I'm not very far, obviously, since today is Saturday, and I just started on Thursday night, like late, kind of. So I'm on, obviously, section 1, using the Duck Boots and Siren Song. Hold up. And this is how it's turning out so far. It's like a little gnome beard. And I'm really liking how the colors are playing together. The teal and that like orangish brown color looks really hot together. So I'm super excited. This section is gonna get a little bit bigger before it starts decreasing. The whole thing is put together like a jigsaw puzzle, which I feel like I've done enough of Stephen West patterns now where I sort of get the construction, like the pinguono, like when I was reading through some of it, there are certain sections. I'd done the pinguono, so the little version of that like jacket for another friend's kid, and it looks like there's some same sort of like picking up things that were in that are in this. So I'm like, oh, okay, good. Like, thank goodness, like I went through, or I've done that already, so I feel like I have a little bit more of an advantage on understanding the construction of it. Another great thing is like most of the colors will play, not all of them will play with each other, but most of them will play like with another one. And the only one that won't is that Picante color. That one stands on its own. Like it never plays with anyone. It's like, please don't touch me. Which is great for me because I love, that's one of my favorite colors that Debbie dyes, is that Picante color. It's like the perfect, just like warm, rusty orange, burnt orange red color that I live for. So this is really cool. I'm hoping to make some progress on this over the next week or 2 weeks. Next week. Could you imagine? Over the next 2 weeks to show. It's also very relaxing because it's all garter. So there's like, you have to pay attention to like one row. And then the rest of it, you just go. So hopefully that will get some love soon. Hopefully today. I mean, it's so hot. I do kind of want to go to the beach, but maybe I'll take this like out and knit while I'm out at the beach. Maybe I won't. Who am I kidding? I'm not gonna do that. But maybe. Here's hoping. Fingers crossed, right? All right. So I think that is all of the Yarny content. Like I said, I don't have much because I'd finished so many things in the previous episode. And so today was really just about catching you all up on some things that I am making. So this might be a little bit short of an episode. Last thing I want to share with you all is music rec for the week, or for this episode. I keep saying for the week, like I'm coming back next week. So it's hot. Mother Nature said summer is here, or at least where I am in Chicago. Summer is like in full force. The humidity level is like slowly climbing, which if you've ever been to Chicago, you know that it can be quite oppressive at times. But like, I love it. I like being in the hot. It's great. So when I was thinking about, what should I recommend today? It made me think of like wanting lemonade, if you drink like a nice cocktail, hanging out with some chill music. And so I thought I'd do a little bit more of a throwish back today. And this happens to just be sitting, I guess I must have played it recently, sitting by my turntable. And it is the Mack the Knife album. It's Ella Fitzgerald's Live in Berlin. And it's a live album. Y'all, absolutely love. It is giving me all the like summertime feels, just like nice chill music in the background, cooking, if you grilling out, just a great time. So it is a live album. There's a lot of obviously improvisation and stuff that's happening, cause jazz. My recs for this album are Summertime, obviously, timely. Too Darn Hot, also timely. And Mack the Knife, which is the title track of this live album. The whole thing is great. She is just, she is who she is, right? So check this out, Ella Fitzgerald, live in Berlin, the Mack the Knife album. I will add the songs, or those songs, to the community playlist over on Spotify. So you can check them out. If you're into it, check out the whole album. And if you don't have Spotify, you can use whatever other service you use, either here on YouTube or Apple Music to, check those out. Anyway, I think that is going to wrap it up for me today. So a little bit shorter of an episode than I normally do. I hope everyone is well. I hope everyone, wherever you are, is enjoying the weather. Hopefully it's nice where you are, or getting nicer where you are. I hope you have something to craft on. I hope you're able to finally start seeing people a little bit in a safe way. And I hope there's a lot of crafting in your future. If you would like, again, if this is your first time watching, or if you've watched before and you haven't done so already, do all those fun YouTube things. Like, subscribe, comment if you want. I will have all the patterns that I talked about listed down below, as well as shops and things. If there's something that I leave out, and that's even like if you go back and you watch like an older episode or whatever, like please feel free to comment like, hey, I didn't see a link for this, like can you let me know what this is, or like shoot me something over on Instagram. I will happily tell you what I was talking about, if I remember. Usually I remember. So do all that fun YouTube stuff, and try to get out in the sunshine if you can, if it is sunny where you are. And until I see you next time, make a piece, spread some peace. Peace.